Hello everyone. I hope everyone is hale and hearty. Today I'm going to upload the second video of storytelling session. It is not always easy to speak something in front of others, especially on the podium. But these small children, they have taken a courageous step. Some of them, they were really very nervous. They were feeling the butterflies in their stomach, but still they have taken a courageous step. And I'm so elevated and happy for them that they have just come and they have just tried it. So I just request you, please don't judge them. Just listen to them, appreciate them, and applaud them. Thank you.
1. I am Prisha Arora and the topic of my story is Believe in Yourself. Once there were two boys, Jack and Louis, who lived in a village near Oldenburg. Jack was 6 years old and Louis was 10. They were very close friends and spent most of their time together. One day, as an adventure, they went a little too far away from the village. And while they were running around and exploring, Louis fell into a well. Louis started screaming because he didn't know how to swim and thought he would drown and die. Jack panicked and looked around for help, but there was no one to help them. Then suddenly he saw a bucket tied to a rope lying nearby. Without wasting any time, Jack threw the bucket inside the well and asked Louis to hold the rope. The moment Louis held the rope, Jack started pulling it. He kept pulling and pulling till Louis was out of the well. They both were very happy and ran home to tell their parents. But their parents and families and villagers didn't believe them. Uh, they so only Uncle Peter believed them. He was an old and experienced man whom the villagers took seriously. So they asked him, how could this be possible? Uncle Peter laughed and said, what is there to explain? The boy is already telling you how he did it. He threw the bucket inside and pulled the rope to save his friend. What is strange here is how did he manage to gather so much strength? Because at that time there was nobody to tell him that he couldn't do it. Even the boy himself didn't have this position to think that he couldn't do it. He added, the only one who can empower you is yourself. In fact, you can do it if you think you can do it. The villagers realized how important it is to believe in yourself. So we should always believe in yourself. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My story name is Lazy John. There was a boy named John who was so lazy who couldn't even bother to change his clothes. One day he saw that the apple tree in their yard was full of fruit. He wanted to eat some, but he was too lazy to climb the tree. Uh, and take the fruit. So he lay down underneath the tree and waited for the fruit to fall off. John waited and waited until he was very hungry. But apple was never fall. Moral of the story is laziness can go nowhere. If you want something, so you have to do hard work. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Vidit, and my today's story's name is The Cow and the Lion. Once upon a time, in a small village, lived five cows, and they thought that if they will stay together, they will remain safe from the lion. If they would be safe from the attack of the lion. The next day, they all fought with each other. The lion took an advantage of them and attacked and killed them one by one. The moral of the story is unity is strength. Thank you.
Everyone, today I have to narrate a story. My name is Sarthak. Once upon a time, there was a child named Rahul. His father was a farmer. One day his father found a pot. Then then he put his vegetable into it. When he came to home, he saw that the pot has 10 vegetables. Then he realized that I have put only 5 vegetables. Then why it is 10? Then he think that it was a magical pot. Then he become greedy. He put a 500 coin, 500 rupees in the pot. But the pot said last warning. Then he ignored it. But next day he put a 50 rupees. Then the pot said, you have ignored my punishment. So you will get a punishment. So the moral of the story is not become greedy. Thank you. One day the tailor had dispute one of his customers. He was feeling unhappy and he was so cross. The elephant would meanwhile the elephant come and put his trunk into the shop through the window to receive the friendly bun as usual. But this time, instead of giving bun, he pricked his nose with a needle. The elephant felt hurt but still made his way to drink water. The elephant quenched his thirst and then filled his trunk with dirty and muddy water. It came back quickly and put his trunk in and emptied it. The whole shop looked as it was plastered with muddy water. All fancy dresses and the new wedding robes were badly spoiled and looked bad. The tailor felt sad, but there was no choice now. The moral of the story is, it is well said, look before you leap. Thank you. Everyone, myself Tani. Today I will recite a story in front of you. A rich man's son was graduating college. For months the son was asking the father for a new car, knowing that his father had more than enough money. When graduation day came, the young man's father called him into the study. The father handed him a wrapped gift and congratulated him about his graduation and his achievement. Looking disappointed, the son opened the gift to find lovely leather-bound journal. He angrily raised his voice, threw down the journal and stormed out. The young man had not seen his father since graduation day. He became successful and was wealthy, like his father, with a beautiful home and family. He came to realize his father, and it may be time to put the past behind them. Just then, he received a message that his father had passed and he had to return home to take care of the estate. As the morning sun regretfully returned home, he began searching through his father's important papers and saw that still new journal, just as he had left it. He opened it, and as he flipped through the pages, a car key dropped from the back of the journal. A dealer tag was attached to the key that he read, paid in full. Wherever this car takes you, write about it to remember it forever. Love, Dad. Moral of story: no matter what you expect, be grateful for what you are given. It may be more of the blessings than we think. Thank you. I am reciting a poem of 4 friends. Their names are tortoise, rabbit, rat, and deer. Once a day, deer gone somewhere, and his friends go to search him. He was caught by some hunters, and the rat go to the deer and he cut the hunter's rope in which deer was caught, and they came back. The moral of his story: be together, stay together. Thank you.
Today, I, Anurag Sharma, is going to recite a story. So, the name of the story is Clever Fish. Once upon a time, there was a very poor fisherman. He used to do fishing near a lake by throwing his net. One day, as usual, he threw his net and sat beside a stone. After 10 to 15 minutes, he felt some crumbling, so he pulled out his net. He thought that there will be a lot of fishes, but there was a very little tiny fish. But the fish was not a regular fish. The fish was a magical fish. The fish could speak. Fish said to the fisherman that, oh fisherman, please leave me, please leave me. But the fisherman don't let him go. The fish said that if you let me go today, tomorrow I will bring all of my friends here. The fisherman thought that if I let this tiny fish go today, tomorrow I will get a lot of fishes. So the fisherman leave that fish. The fish decided to never come here again. The next day, the fisherman was very excited. He thought that there will be a lot of fishes. He threw his net and waited for a long time, but there was not a single fish. So, the moral of the story is that if you have cleverness, intelligence, and you used it at the right time, you can come out of any situation. How hard is it? Thank you.
My name is Nancy. Today I'm going to tell you a story, The Tailor and Elephant. A tailor ran a shop in a town. He was a good-natured, jolly fellow. A man in the town daily, it passed by the tailor's shop. The tailor would give Elephant a bun every day. In course of time, they became good friends and they would like to meet each other. The tailor would wait for the elephant to come, and the elephant would come there as its usual time. There was a Hindu boy which lived in a flat of Chandigarh, and there was a flat owner also. He was a Muslim, and the flat owner never allows the Hindu boy come into his flat and don't get into the matters of the the society and the house. So the once upon a time, his wife, the flat owner wife, has suddenly opened the gas and left it on, and a stroke of fire was coming towards kitchen. When suddenly the Muslim flat owner came into the kitchen, he saw that the kitchen is burning. So he was shouting and shouting to help someone. The Hindu boy come and start saving him, but the kitchen was trapped with planks and bricks. So he asked people to help him, and Hindu boy and fire brigade and many people of society helped him to sort it out. So this is why we don't have to judge anyone by their religion. Thank you.
Once upon a time, man lived in a forest. People called him that he is a Tarzan, but he was not a Tarzan. He has a secret base under a tree, in which there is 2 tons of gold and 100 kgs of diamonds. One day he thought that he would be settled down in city. He told about his plan to his friend. His friend was dolphin, a monkey, wolf, and 2 black panthers and a bear, and some small fishes. They denied. They said, "We are best friends. You can't go from here and leave us." The man said, "I will not leave you here. And next day he had a trip to the city and he hired some builders and he made a big house. Beside it, very 1 acre space. The animals and the man lived happily. That was time of 17 December. The Christmas was coming. They celebrated Christmas nicely and happily. The Santa gifted them a Rolls Royce. They felt very happy get and he thought that I would give my I that I should give my 50% of money to the poor people. He gifted 50% of his money to poor people that they could celebrate Christmas happily. Thank you.
Once upon a hungry fox was wandering in a forest in search of food. Suddenly it was a crow sitting in a tree. He was holding a piece of meat in its beak. The big piece of meat attracted the hungry fox. He sat down under the tree and started thinking about some clever trick to get the meat. Suddenly, he was beginning to talk. That crow was happy and he was singing a song. The meat was fall down and fox catch meat and ran away. Moral is only fools are flattered. Pranab Chandawat, I tell a story of the lion and the clever fox. Once upon a time, lion was sick for fever. Lion tell to all of animal that daily one of them will come and see him that he was good. Uh, uh, First day the god come in the cave, and second day the deer come, or third day the fox think that my friends was not see when the lion when the my friends go to lion cave. He follow the deer. And see that lion eat deer, and lion saw him and tell that you come, why you not come the cave, and fox ran away. A fox tell to animals that the lion eat all of animals. Two three days later, lion died. Why hungry? Moral of story that never.
And Christmas story named The Magical Christmas Tree. Once upon a time, there lived a little girl called Issy who lived in a large house of northern Germany. It is a Christmas time, and the family living in the house is busy cleaning. Issy mother is busy at cleaning, and she is cleaning every corner of the house. And she told Issy and her friends to go
outside to play in the garden. Itzy and her friends are disappointed because Itzy's mother do not allow them to have a Christmas tree. The family is praying, which is families planning to keep in the house. They plan to meet. They plan to. They plan to. They plan to pray to the God Jesus Christ and put forward their wish. They appeal in a chorus to Jesus Christ, "Oh Christ, child, why can't we have a glimpse of the Christmas tree? We want to enjoy the immaculate beauty too." Hearing the wish of the children, Jesus Christ can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear. Please continue.
At the night when all the children were sleeping, there came the little mice called John, who came inside the house and saw a glimpse of the God Jesus Christ and a magical Christmas tree. When the children woke up, they saw the Christmas tree they dreamed of and its immaculate.
Got very upset with the crows as they would come to his field and ruin his crop. A pigeon also lived with the crows. It helped them in all their work. Then he laid a trap. The next day he saw that all the crows got caught. All the crows got caught in the net, and there was a pigeon too. Since those crows had been ruining his crop for a long time, so he didn't feel any pity for them and handed over all of them to the dogs. All all with the crows, the pigeon was also killed the dogs. The moral of the story is that we should always be with good people and not bad people. Otherwise, we may have to bear the brunt of their mistakes. Thank you.
Very
I
nice.
am reciting a story, and my story topic is the Canterville Ghost. For 300 years, a horrible ghost has haunted Canterville Castle, located in the English countryside. It is the ghost of Sir Simon de Canterville, the original owner of the castle, who was accused of murdering his own wife. 9 years after his wife's death, Sir Simon mysteriously disappeared without a trace, and from that time on, his spirit was terrorized the castle. Now, 3 centuries later, the Otis family, who are from America, have taken up residence in the castle. They refuse to let the ghost disturb them. Despite warning from the castle current owner Lord Canterville and the very housekeeper Mrs. Une, Sir Simon tries some of his spookiest tricks on the family, but nothing can scare them. Instead, they try using American household products to attempt to cure Sir Simon of some of his ghostly peculiarities. The ghost becomes indigent and frustrated when the Otis children, the eldest named Washington and the young twins named Stars and Strips, use their peer shooters on him. So Simon realizes that nothing can shock this extremely American family, and he becomes offended that they are now trying to get rid of him. Only Virginia, the Otis family's sensitive, intelligent, and kind-hearted daughter, can empathize with the specter. So Simon confesses to Virginia that she dreams of a beautiful garden, Death of Garden, where he finally takes rest and sleep. By taking time to understand the ghost of Sir Simon, Virginia helps to set him free. Thank you.
Good.
Upon a time, there was a young man named Charlie. He donated everyone clothes, food, and their using things. One day, he think that who will give him some things like clothes and food. He donate everyone, but who will give him? He write a letter for Santa and write everything he want. One day, he realized a man come to him and gave him
that thing that he wrote on the letter. After some time, he realized that the man come to him was the Santa of his life. Thank you.
Once upon a time, there was a burglar who stole gold coin bags around the neighborhood. There was a poor little family also, and there was a poor little girl who loved present but didn't get this time. When the midnight hits, the family went to sleep, but the poor little girl didn't sleep. When the burglar entered their house from chimney, he get little dusty and rusty, but he landed quietly. The poor little girl saw him and was going to scream, but the burglar stopped her and gave him the gold coins. From then, the poor little girl called him the Santa Claus, and from there, the Santa Claus theory started.
Today I'm going to tell a story on Christmas. Once there was a Christmas Eve where a sad boy lived known as Ethan. Everyone was enjoying Christmas, whereas he was lonely and sitting. He didn't believe in Santa and Christmas. Uh, the Everyone was having parties, people were roaming around. So he went to a shop for buying something, and he said, "What's the use of Christmas?" The shop's owner said that it's for fun, and of course, Santa. He said Santa is just a name for children's fairy tales. It's not real. Then he got a free offer for a cruise. He was very happy as he was getting to get away from the town and there would be no Christmas things there. There he went and it everything was decorated for a Christmas party. He was very sad, frustrated, and didn't have anywhere to go. So, yes, he did the party, and the cruise went in a other dimension. Soon there was a very massive building. It was of red and white color, and it was in the snow. They all landed and met Santa. The ones who were with Ethan were the helpers of Santa and came to wrap the gifts and help Santa to distribute the gifts. Soon they went in the building. Everyone was wrapping the gifts and doing their own work. When the gifts were wrapped, Ethan soon started to believe in Christmas and was enjoying the Christmas spirit and was very happy. Then it was the time to of Ethan to leave the Christmas spirits, and with Santa he went all over the globe to distribute all the gifts. And soon when he reached his house, it was a surprise from the Christmas spirits. They were there to celebrate Christmas with Ethan. They had a very big party, enjoyed the Christmas Eve. Thank you.
One time there lived a tortoise, a talkative tortoise, and two pelicans in a pond. The three of them were close friends and enjoyed playing in the pond. But one summer, the pond dried out, so the pelicans and the tortoise decided to fly to a nearby pond. But there was a problem that only the pelicans could fly and the tortoise couldn't. They pondered over it for some time, and an idea struck the tortoise that the pelicans could hold a huge log in their beak, and the tortoise could hold the log from the middle in his mouth. The pelicans agreed and told the tortoise not to talk during the flight or else he would fall to his death. The tortoise agreed and the three of them started flying. After 20 minutes of flying, the tortoise saw an interesting tree and forgetting his promise, he opened his mouth to speak. But before he could say something, he fell to his death.